Year. Tomorrow marks 1 year since that deadly January 6th Capitol riot. While hundreds of arrests have been made and dozens already sentenced to jail terms for their crimes, many in Congress still demand accountability from those who stoked the crowds. Representative Ami Bera joins us now to talk more about this. Ami, first of all, let's just talk about what your thoughts are going into the anniversary here. You were in Washington when this happened. What are you thinking now?
Richard, thanks for having me on. It's a time for us to reflect on what actually happened on that day, which was a day that really is kind of a stain on our history, an attack on the Capitol to prevent us from a peaceful transfer of power in the presidency. I kind of reflect on this saying, let's understand what happened, what led up to this, and then let's move forward to try to address the failings that happened. And there were plenty of failings, both from the Capitol Police, the intelligence community, and elsewhere.
You talked about the Capitol Police here. Before we get to that, I only want to ask you about the hearings that are coming up. A lot of people on the committee, the panel that's investigating this, want to have the hearings to kind of air out what they have been able to find. You think that will help us move on to the next stage?
I think it really will help us. The January 6th Commission's bipartisan. It's interviewed, I think, over 300 individuals, tens of thousands of pages of documents. It'll help us understand what led up to this, what stoked the crowds to break into a riot and what I would call an insurrection. But then also, hopefully it will inform us on what we need to do to prevent this from happening again in the future.
Let's also, so talking about what this will require, the changes, Capitol Police have already said that they've made a lot of changes and they're on standby, a lot of them. The communication officers have cell phones now. Are you pleased with how much progress has been made to protect the Capitol and to communicate with the feds on when they need more resources?
We were briefed by the new Sergeant in Arms as well as the new Capitol Police Chief yesterday as a caucus. They are making changes. I think, it's going a little bit slower than we'd like, but I think they're taking this very seriously. The Inspector General made 103 recommendations. My understanding is they're taking up 90 of those immediately and working on them.
Let's also talk about, you mentioned finding those who stoked the flames. A lot of people point the finger at the former President Donald Trump, and Republicans have been awfully silent going into this anniversary of this. What are your thoughts? I mean, former President Trump was scheduled to have a press conference today. He canceled that, moved that back to Arizona at a later date. Your thoughts?
Certainly the president's rhetoric was very charged that day. I was at the Capitol, and we were watching his speech, and he really was stoking the crowd. Now, that's the rhetoric he used throughout the 4 years of his presidency. I think we've got to be really careful. And I again wish my Republican colleagues would work with us a little bit more closely on figuring this out. We also have to understand what was going on in social media. Were there outside agitators that were stoking this? And again, the beauty of the United States Capitol is it's such an open facility in normal circumstances, and it's the facility of the citizens of the United States. They can walk in, they can see us in our offices, and I hope we can get back to that.
Well, for right now, there's a lot more security at the Capitol as we approach that anniversary. Congressman, thank you so much for joining us to talk about this and reflect about what happened a year ago as you were in Washington when this happened. Thank you, Congressman.
Thanks, Richard. Be well.
All right, 8-7.